Hey everybody. I feel like my camera is off. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here to give you all Ready to Love. This is the reunion, part 2 DC. I know I titled this video, I'm ready to fast forward. If you all weren't a part of the game night, Saturday night, me and the trio, which are two gentlemen, really good friends of mine, we get together and we talk the challenge and stuff like that. Well, we had a game night Saturday night, and I had drunk a whole bottle of Stella Rose. After the game night, I went back and I had a little bit of moonshine mixed with some cran apple juice. It was so good. And so that's when I finally decided to watch Ready to Love. So my mind was already over the bullshit. I was in a feel good mood. And I was like, this is part 2. They couldn't have wrapped all of this up in 45 minutes last week. But y'all know I like consistency on my channel. So I'm here to give you all my 2 cents on part 2 of the reunion. This won't be too long. I hope you all get in the comments and let me know what you all thought, and let's have a good time. We don't have long to wait. The new Potomac season starts this Friday, and you all know one day this week, probably Thursday, I'm going to give you a cast assessment. A lot of you all have gotten the emails. Hey, Davion, what's going on? You all got in the emails and sent me some cute clips and interviews to watch. I'm going to review those as well, all before the new season starts Friday. So let's just get this little bit out the way. I'm going to start with Walter and Sabrina. Walter and Sabrina, that segment could have been saved. For the most part, all Walter said is Corey was not believing at all. We're going to get to Corey and his clownery in a second. I took a little bit of notes. Walter said he wasn't mad at Sabrina for not choosing him in the end, whatever. I don't think Walter was mad either, because he didn't really want to be with Sabrina no way. He just wanted to be at the end of the show. Congratulations, Walter. You made it to the end and you got embarrassed. And it is what it is. And I'm not mad at Sabrina for embarrassing you. I did say a side note. Sabrina peeped game about Walter and all these gentlemen a long time ago, back when her and Frank met up at a little farm or something. I'm trying to think of why Sabrina ain't just give them the deuces then. Like, she been peeped, you all don't call me. You all only check in on me when it's male elimination week. If it ain't male elimination week, I don't know. You all act like I don't exist. I wish she would have gave them the deuces sooner, but I'm proud of Sabrina for not just saying, I just want to make it to the end of the show. Girl, you made it to the end and you made a statement. You've been doing what I wanted people to do this whole time, which is call people out on their bullshit and be like, you ain't ready to love. And I'm not mad at Sabrina for embarrassing you. Walter says, I just wish you would have called me and gave me a warning. Hey, Evita, I'm happy you finally you made it to the live. Hey, girl. And I said, why, Walter? Why should she respect you enough to give you a warning? Number one, that wouldn't have made good TV. Because if she would have called you and said, look, Walter, we're going to get to the end of this. I'm not going to choose you, or I don't feel like, she already told you, you don't call me. She already gave you that warning of how she felt about you. So Walter I felt like he would have flipped it and reversed it on Sabrina. He would have showed up and he would have embarrassed Sabrina, would have got to the end and be like, girl, I don't want you. Or he wouldn't have showed up at all. So I'm not mad at Sabrina for not giving you no warning. She owes you nothing. And we needed some good TV, because all the rest of that was foolishness. Now let's jump over to Zadia. If I missed somebody's segment, that means I ain't take notes and I didn't care. Because like I told you, I was in a feel-good mood Saturday night when I watched this. And I wasn't. If you watch something while you tipsy or drunk and it's not good then, I knew it wasn't going to be good if I had to rewatch it and take notes. So if I ain't put them in my notes, I ain't remember. So now we get to Zadia. She got to have a moment where she got to let everybody know, look, I know y'all thought I was butthurt about Dante choosing Aisha, but I ain't even mad at that because I'm sitting next to my man. And see, I want y'all to know, I ain't just settled for Naeem. I chose Naeem. He got chosen, and we together. And I'm like, girl, y'all acting ain't even good. the the body language doesn't give me relationship. And here they go with this spam shit in my chat. I'm gonna try to block them real quick. The body language didn't give relationship. I said, Zadia, you just want a moment. Girl, if a lot of these women just wanted a moment, because I'm gonna read to see you real quick, real fast. We ain't gonna be here long. But Zadia, you look even more foolish sitting on the TV screen talking about you chose Naeem. When if you would have chose Naeem and he was always your number one, you would have never been, and that's why I was gonna choose your ass anyway. We would have never got that finger in the face. We would have never got you storming off and having a storm back. Like Zadia missed me with all the bullshit. You just made yourself look even more foolish. Naeem already embarrassed himself last week, talking about 8 men wanted her in the beginning, but ain't 9 men choose her at the end. So Zadia needed that smile slapped off her face. I'm not mad at the smile because, see, that smile told me everything we needed to know. A lot of people, when they're nervous or they're acting, they have that laughter, happy energy. And that happy energy is just a mask showing me all the misery on the other side of the mask. Zadia is very pressed. But who's even more pressed is Camille. And Camille sitting up there with her man. I don't know why she pressed that anybody else found love when you got your man sitting up here acting a complete fool for you. She was salty, and Zadia was salty and very pressed. Because it ain't no way for you to not be pressed to want to sit up here and flaunt Naeem of all men. You would have did better saying, I might not have found love on this show, but I got me a finance man sitting at the house and he waiting for me to get finished recording with y'all. I would have went bloop to that over I chose Naeem. That's why they was up there in matching outfits, both looking a hot ass mess. Now, mind you, I love some good makeup and I love some colorful makeup, but Zadia, makeup 101. Either you're going to have color on your eyes and a nude lip, or you're going to have neutral on your eyes and a colorful lip. You can't have both. That's where the clown come in when you have both. Pick. Now, that eyeshadow was fire, but you should have had a nude lip. But when you put on pink eyeshadow and pink lip, you just look like Bozo. So let's move on. Because I really don't care about what's her name, Zadia. She apologized for the finger in the face thing, and she was like, Dante, I did apologize to you before, but I apologize to you again. But you completely glossed over the fact that you called Aisha dense and dumb, and they had just showed it in the package. Did Aisha pipe up about that and they just didn't show it? Because I can't imagine Aisha not being like, bitch, I ain't dense nor dumb. But they didn't show it. I don't think Zadia would apologize for that anyway. But let's move on from there because I don't want to talk about Zadia. I done already talked about Walter ass. Yeah, he was foolish. Okay, now they had to give Corey a moment. Davion, you was waiting for her to say something. I was waiting for Aisha to say something too, but maybe they were tired of the Aisha and Zadia back and forth, because to me, that's something that should have been addressed. Why does the woman have to be dense and dumb because the man didn't choose you and he chose her? That's hateration 101. While you calling Aisha a hater, what you just portrayed in that confessional was hateration 101. You hating on the woman because the man chose her and didn't choose you. But all we got to do is look at their actions. These people made a fool of themselves. And at the reunion, which is an opportunity to apologize, to get closure, to maybe repair your reputation that you might not like seen on the TV screen. It's a time for you to explain yourself, to kind of prepare yourself to have to go back out into this world, because ain't nobody making no money off of Ready to Love. Y'all double down on the clownery. Y'all double down on the foolishness. Like, oh yeah, this is me in real life. I wasn't just putting on for TV. So all I can say is, gentlemen, beware. Beware when you see Zadia coming. Because even though I don't believe Naeem and Zadia are a couple, Naeem, I would just be aware of any woman who, when she can't get her way, she finger pointing in the nose. Mind you, she did that on camera. She give me, if she had the control to just tap, tap, tap the nose on camera, off camera, she would have slapped his ass. So beware, beware. Let's move on to a little bit of segment they gave Corey. I don't understand why they gave Corey this much time or attention at this reunion. That's why this could have been one part. One part. So Corey gets up here. They show his little footage, all the clownery he did on the TV. You know, Corey was up here talking about copying and pasting. He didn't ask every woman night one if they want to go out Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. He didn't ask everybody out on a date. He done asked everybody to meet his parents. He done left love notes around the park, wherever they was at, for Courtney. We've seen all the foolishness of Corey, and he's on our television crying, talking about all he ever wanted was a relationship like his parents. Which ain't nothing wrong with it. Your parents were a good example. My parents were a good example. But why are you crying? I want to say something, but I usually don't try to get below the belt shady on my channel. But then Sabrina, of all people, is piping up. And I'm like, Sabrina, you were the clown detector. You were the one to see through all the bullshit, and you piping up for Corey, talking about, oh, he's just misunderstood. A lot of people don't understand him. He's not, what did they say? I wrote it down in my notes. His way of thinking is different. Now, forgive me. I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. I'm not trying to go below the belt. But is he special? Is he a little bit maybe on the spectrum a little bit? And that's why his way of thinking is different. Because I don't understand why people piping up for Corey when we seen him be the picture book example of a clown. I just didn't get it. I'm with Mumin and Courtney. I know this fool ain't sitting up on this stage crying again. Because I'm looking at Corey like, this ain't shit to cry about. And see, I done wrote it in my notes. Those tears to me were I'm trying not to curse, were BS. Bullshit. We just gonna call it what it is. See, Corey didn't want to have to take accountability for all the foolishness he did on the show. All his copy and paste, all his, well, did you see me leave notes? Where the misunderstanding that? He straight up lied to Mumin. Did you see me leave notes? You ain't see me leaving no love notes, so I ain't leave no love notes. But you know what? You think I leave love notes? Why don't you just come on and see my parents? He done asked 3 different women to go see his parents. If I was his parent, matter of fact, I already told my son, don't bring any and everybody over my house. I don't want to meet them. If it ain't serious, they ain't got to be in my face. Have fun. Go over there and have fun. So to me, that was the bullshit. Corey didn't want to have to answer the serious questions for the bullshit he did. So he started crying. But I was not buying the tears. He's an actor. He's a bad actor at that. A bad actor at that. But let me go on, because I done read Sabrina. I didn't understand why Sabrina was taking up for his ass. Was you trying to go out on a date with Corey, Sabrina? No. So leave him over there. I already talked about that. I already talked about him. Let's read Tasia real quick. Yeah, he's steady lying. He always lying. Let's read Tasia real quick. Now, Tasia then sat in the back and seen all the bullshit Corey was doing on this stage, all the crying, and everybody looking at him like, you serious? Is he crying? We see Corey doing all the clownery on stage, and then Tasia comes out the very next segment talking about Corey, tell the truth. I was number 3, right? Gonna roll the clip. They had to roll the clip for Tasia. We saw Corey spit all the same game to Tasia. Why don't you come meet my parents? You know, copy and paste. He was doing all the same shit with Tasia. Great. That could have been footage that could have been kept. But for whatever reason, Tasia wanted us to know she was number 3 on Corey's roster. Girl, are you that hard up? If I was Tasia, I would have stayed my ass at home. I wouldn't even have to be a part of none of this foolishness. But Tasia wanted to be number 3. And as soon as Tanika said, I guess she was number 3 or 4, she was like, yes. And she got up and did her best Miss USA walk. And I said, girl, if you don't sit down in that ugly ass silver dress, go sit down. Go sit down. I know you are not strutting the stage because you were number 3 on Corey's list. Even if you was number 1 on Corey's list, nobody in the deliberation was fighting for you to stay. They just had bigger fish to fry at the time. They just had bigger people who got on their nerves a little bit more, so you got to stay a little bit longer and play around in these guys' face. Girl, I was so mad at you Tasia. And then what pissed me off even more, I'm like, girl, just last week, this was the ghetto. Last week, this was Woo Child, this the ghetto. My mama in the hospital, at home. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Just for you to come back and be a part of the ghetto. That shit you did on that stage was the most ghetto shit I seen the whole part 1 and 2. The whole part 1 and 2, to see it, you getting up, strutting around that stage over Corey was the most ghetto shit I seen. So I'm like, girl, it couldn't have been too much of the ghetto. You want to be a part of it. Now I'm going to get off of Tasia a little bit. I just don't understand. I wouldn't have wanted to be claimed. I would not have wanted to be claimed. But, especially 3, y'all, do y'all really get up and be like, I'm number 3? You better get it right, Corey. I was number 3. She probably was ready to go over to parents' house. She probably go over there right now. I'm just disappointed in you, Tasia. Just disappointed. I felt like you just, I guess you needed a moment and you got it. It showed that those tears were fake. Those tears were so fake. You right, Davion. Those were fake. She didn't give a damn about her mama. She just was like, how long I got to sit here in the ghetto before I could be ghetto? I want to be ghetto too. Like that TikTok. I'm ratchet too. That was Tasia. How long do I got to sit here before I could be ghetto too? Tasia was doing too much, especially when she got in that ugly ass dress, Evita. Ugly. It looked like she had on a sequence and then she just tied some satin around the bottom. Let's move on to Dante and Aisha. Because I like to see it. If y'all go back to my very first cast assessment, Tasia was one of my star players. I was rooting for her. She from Chicago. I root for everybody from Chicago. I was down for Tasia, plus she a little thick girl. I wanted to see Tasia win. Disappointed is all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get up off of Tasia. Dante and Aisha are having good sex. They're having great sex. That energy, that sexual chemistry oozes off of them, and that's exactly where I think people should be in this process. Why are we asking people, are you engaged? Y'all moved in together yet? Hell no. They known these people 2 or 3 months, 4 months at the max. Dante and Aisha are doing what I expect people to do when they meet in a relationship setting on television. To go out, have a good time, and have some good sex and see where the shit go. And that's it. Now come back next year. If they move in together, great. That's time appropriate. Everybody else on this stage talking about engaged, moved in, is full of shit. They lying. They lying, and I ain't got nothing else to do. Now, what I understand about the Dante and Aisha segment, because they was talking a whole bunch of nothing, just cute, good energy. I ain't have to write what they was talking about down. The camera kept flashing to the other couch. And I was expecting Zadia to be the one rolling her eyes or whatever, but Zadia had on her stoic clown face. But Camille was the one over there twisting in her seat, like, ugh, mm, mm. I'm like, Camille, you ain't never wanted Dante a day in your life, and you sitting there with the man who you claim about to be, I guess, fiance number 4. I don't know. I didn't understand why Camille was twisting and turning, but maybe she was the empath for her friend. She was twisting and turning for Zadia. I don't know, but let's move on. Oh, I said in my notes, I said she probably was horny. She probably felt all that sexual energy on the other couch, and her pussy, her vagina was getting hot. So she was over there twisting and turning because she can't get none. But let's move on. Oh, and that was it. Yeah, that's it. Let's see what we talking about in the comments, and then we about to move on. Good point. Nobody, right? Nobody glorifies being number 3. She wasn't thinking about her mama at all. At all. Because her mama would have told her to sit her ass down. We don't play third for nobody. We, we don't play second for nobody. So her mama would have told her to sit her ass down. Same here, Angie. I was rooting for to see her, but she lost me with her ATT. With her ass. You ain't want to say ass. Oh, her attitude. Yes. Her attitude, yeah. Mm-hmm. Surprised we had so many couples out of this season. Do we, Davion? Because the only couple I see is Dante and Aisha, and I see everybody else playing in my face. But if they want to play on TV, go ahead. I don't care. If they want to play on TV, let them play. But I only saw one couple, maybe 2, maybe Phil and Sydney. Maybe. I don't know. Shaw showed up. I don't know Shaw. Or is that Shay? Camille pissed me off by being so nasty during I understand. Now, it was a question up here I wanted to get back to about Shiloh because I do want to do some investigating. Like, I am going to go out and listen to all the interviews this week because I got a lot of work to do. So while I work, I listen to the interviews. And I am going to drop my 2 cents. I heard a lot of stuff in the YouTube streets about these people. So I want to go out and get the tea for myself, do my own research and give my 2 cents. Angie, did you hear Shiloh is suing OWN for how they handled the field situation? I did hear that. I heard that in the YouTube streets. I was watching Jamie That's Me, and somebody on her chat put that up there. And I was like, what? I don't, that's something I gotta go out and research because I'm like, how you gonna sue OWN for what Phil did? You should be suing Phil. He was the one who touched you. Girl, Oprah ain't about to give you Oprah not about to give you no money, Shiloh. You about to waste attorney fees. Girl, just move on. You didn't show up to the reunion. Move on with your life, Shiloh, and leave Oprah alone because I wouldn't want to go up against Oprah, especially it wasn't a sanctioned event. That's just like saying pretend I'm about to be on Love and Marriage Memphis, something like that. And that's like, oh, I'm on Love and Marriage Memphis, but I'm about to go out to the club and one of the castmates punched me, but it ain't got shit to do with the show. We just done got to arguing. I can't go back to Oprah and be like, well, Oprah, you put him on the cast with me, so I'm suing you. Find something better to do with your money, Shiloh. It's a lot of rumors I heard in the streets that I really want to know for myself. I wish, since Courtney and Phil were there, I wish they kind of would have just asked Courtney what happened so we can get an impartial, like somebody who ain't has shit to do with dating one of the two, get their side of the story. Like, I wish Courtney just would have told us her side of what went down that night. But it is what it is. I I don't follow anybody from this season. I think the only person I ever followed from Ready to Love was Tandy, because I loved her voice and I loved hearing her sing on her social media. So I really don't know what's going on, but my goal this week is to watch all the interviews, get all the tea, and by maybe Wednesday, I'll do a spill the tea, Angie's 2 cents on the tea, and then by Thursday, I'm going to have my cast assessment up for the Potomac cast. And the previews look good, but I feel like now that we know, people know the format of this show, it's just make it to the end, and so I can get as many Instagram followers as I can get. And I ain't following your ass just because you make it to the end. Now I might go back and follow Sabrina, because I did look at her Instagram and I just love Sabrina's fashions. I love the way Sabrina dresses, and I might go back and follow her for that. Hell, everyone be suing people. People do be suing people for no reason, but to me, you wasting your money. Like, if you ain't going on Judge Judy for a quick little 5,000 and you ain't got to pay no money to Judge Judy, then you wasting your money. Oprah is not about to pay Shiloh for this situation. Shiloh already admitted that Phil, his intentions was not to hurt her. He was just trying to look out for her safety. Now, I done said, if I say don't touch me, don't touch me. I agree with that, but the only person she should be suing is Phil. And if you're not going to sue Phil, let it go. I'm glad this season is over. This was the worst season. I have higher expectations for this next season that starts Friday. I do too. I'm hoping it's better. It seems like it's a mini cast. It's only 14 people, so maybe they won't vote people off as quick, and we'll really get to see people get to know each other. But to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to the next season, because they shopping around for people in Miami. And I think Miami is just a spicy city. Everybody I know from Miami has a huge personality. I want to see what they do out there in Miami. So that's it. But that's it, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I put this live up real quick. I just got home from work. And I'm about to go do some more work in my home office. But it's a busy week for me, and I got to get it done. But I'm definitely going to, like I said, listen to the interviews, and we're going to have a good time this week with Ready to Love. I'm going to definitely have 2 more videos up before the season starts. The twist of the blind date should be interesting. See, I didn't even know about a blind date twist. I guess I haven't looked too far into it. But I like the blind date. I'm hoping that since it's only 14 people, 7 and 7, everybody will get an opportunity to date everybody. It'll be an opportunity for you to get to know everybody before we start kicking people off. That's what I'm hoping. Evita, you and me, you think Miami gonna be off the chain. Miami is gonna be good. If nothing else, it's gonna be entertaining. And that's it. But that's it, you all. I really do got work to do. And I'm happy you all tuned in and we had a good time talking about Ready to Love, because this is what I like to do. And so I will see you all later. I'm definitely going to put it up on my YouTube channel. I'm going to put it up on Twitter when I'm going to have the videos. They're usually at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. every night. That's usually when I'm off work. So look for that. And I'll see you all later. Y'all have a good one. Like this video and share and all that good stuff. Bye.